I'm holding a brand new bullet journal in blue by Leuchtturm 1917, and today we're gonna do the very first plan with tongue. Let's go. Having a fresh new untouched bullet journal is very challenging and exciting at the same time. On the very first page with 3 rows, I usually fill it with just my name and an email, and if you want to go next level, you can also put a reward in case someone finds it if you happen to lose your bullet journal. Right now I will just put my name down and the email will come later because I can't disclose my precious personal email because of course you would just write me and text me strange things. I know that. I love brush pens from Tombow and just happen to have a good mood, so I am going to draw just a few of the lines just to start off the creative process. Something very easy, nothing complicated. And let's move to the future log. In here, very surprisingly, we store future events and tasks. So as we have only 2 double pages, that means that if you want to have a future log of 1 year, then we need to divide each page into 3 parts. Each third of a page is dedicated to a respective month. I'm starting this journal in August, so that's gonna be my first month that I'm gonna put down, and then we'll continue with the rest. Immediately we can sense the advantage of bullet journaling. You can start whenever, and also have a pause whenever. That's awesome. I use future log mainly for storing events that happen in the far future that are important, like weddings or birthdays. So it's something that I don't come to see that often, but it's very handy to have it at least for a year, because sometimes or very often you will not have pre-filled the months or the monthly log, and so in that case, it's good to have this future log where you can just note that important event down instead of, rushing to pre-fill the future months. Right after the future log, we're gonna have pages dedicated to self-development and self-reflection. On the first page, we ask ourselves, where you want to be in 5 years? This question is super important because it makes you visualizing the far future, and here you should go wild with the answer. You should go with something big picture, like I want to be a president and such. Right on the next page, we go to the nearest future. So what you want to accomplish in the upcoming 6 months. Ideally, you would take your 5 years aspirations and then deconstruct them or reverse engineer them into what you need to do in the nearest future or even now. I learned this framework from the book The One Thing. If you are into productivity and such things, I very much recommend it to read. From aspirations and goals, we're gonna move to self-awareness. I think that you pretty much know what you love, but have you ever written it down? Yes, we're gonna have a page for that. The next page is all about reminding us that we have everything to be happy. What are you grateful for? This simple question can change the way you see your life immediately. So I believe that it's really good to put it down as well. After a while with a pen and beautiful paper, I believe this happens to you as well. You just start to enter the flow. Just a few days back, while I was out with my daughter, I was listening to this podcast with Ryan Holiday from Daily Stoic and Casey Neistat, the godfather of YouTube vlogging, and they had such an interesting conversation on parenthood. I will leave the link to that conversation down in the description if you happen to be someone who likes working hard and wanting to balance it with being a parent. So in the very end of their conversation, Ryan Holiday ends it with words, Memento mori. He says it in his videos all the time, and it means that everyone will eventually die. The idea behind it and the reason he says it is because he wants to remind himself and all the people in the world that we have only one life, so make it count. And that's the reason why Memento mori has its double page in my journal. We are finally getting to the monthly log. Yes! Let's start with August. I feel very fancy today, so I'm just going to write the August with my own hands. But the days of the month and the respective days of the week is so tedious to write down, so it's amazing and good that the Lockdown 1917 has this set of stickers. This saves a ton of time, and all you need to do is just to trim down the days of the month and days of the week to match it together, and then you just stick it next to each other. A nice touch that you can add to it, and I personally do all the time, is highlighting the weekends. Somehow those days are special for everyone, so I just use a pencil and a ruler to make a line between workdays and weekends. This page serves as a bird's eye overview of the full month. And again, I write down important events like weddings or birthday of my wife in here, but also the main kind of theme of that day with just one keyword or two. It also works backwards, meaning that at the end of the day, you can just write down what you did and what happened. And that's, I think, very useful. You just see what you did at the glance of the monthly overview. And what is going to be on the right page next to our bird's eye overview? Yes, the tasks for the month. If you follow the original script of how to bujo, you would just store the tasks here one after another. But what I think is better is to sort the tasks based on the priority. So we're gonna divide the page into 4 quadrants, and we'll store tasks based on the time and importance. You might want to watch this video where I explain it into great detail. After monthly log, there is daily log. This is where the battle between us and the tasks is happening. The only information that we need to write down here is the date. And if you feel fancy, you can also write down the day of the week. The question everyone asks is how much space you should leave for a single day. I personally started with a full page, and then after a year or two, I switched to just half a page. And the reason is simple. Most of the time I wasn't really using the full page, so the transition into half a page was very natural. I definitely recommend to add days of the week because we all have that friend who think it's always Thursday. A nice little detail that you can add is changing the colors of Saturdays and Sundays. What I have never done before is pre-filling more than 1 month in advance, but because today I'm in super flow and because I got so many stickers as well, I just want to create. So let's do September and also October. So far it's been super simple and minimalistic, using only the black marker and a pencil occasionally. But there was only the beginning. So you heard me before, yes, stickers. I love stickers. So let's start with August. Here I have prepared the Monstera green leaf stickers. I was dying to start using those, and we're gonna pair it with this nice golden washi tape, which I will cut into little triangles to balance out the greens. But look at this. You know, I'm not a fan of overdone layouts with plenty of colors, but I think that this is a nice balance between having it minimal but also not boring. Wake me up when September ends. I'm sorry for my singing, but look at this little peach cute stickers. This is going beyond cuteness, the color palette. I just absolutely love it, and I found this nice flowery washi tape that might go with it, so let's see. This time I decided to cut the washi tapes into kind of waves, and I think it's working out pretty well. So this is it. Kind of wanting to be September already so I can write down, things into this monthly overview. October became a very important month last year to me because my daughter was born and she loves avocados, and so do I. So October is all avocado time. Yes, I even have a avocado washi tape. It just can't get better than this. On this page we have everything. Avocados with marshmallow, avocado toast, some Japanese letters that I don't understand. Hopefully it's not offensive. If you happen to know Japanese, please just tell me in the comments what it says. Thank you. Sometimes the inspiration doesn't have to come from you being in a shower or doing nothing, but from the material that you work with. My sister-in-law is amazing. She bought me all those stickers that we've seen before, and she also got me these crazy vintage cool Mozart feel vibe stickers. And when I look at this one with the golden patina, I mean, you just want to use it. There is a part that says travel ticket, and so this just immediately inspired me to write down and make a collection of places that I want to visit. So recently I'm having a little YouTube kind of meltdown. There are so many things that you need to think about, and it's super overwhelming. It starts with comparing yourself to, other YouTubers, then your videos don't get any views, and then you just start questioning whether you should continue or not, and whether you are doing that one thing that's supposed to, become something in the future or not. So, yes. So, because of that, I thought it'd be great to have a separate, special, also YouTube strategy collection where I would write down my thoughts and would kind of have a plan, so I wouldn't be creating random things like right now. In that podcast of Ryan and Casey, they also talked about how the time with your baby or children is so fast. They just grow so fast, as they say, and it's actually true. I see the changes of my daughter by every single day, which is crazy. And so the idea with this collection called My Little Princess is to write down little things that changes or anything that comes with being my daughter. And so I would like to and will have it divided into months, and I think that's a nice level of detail. I don't have to have it by every second, but this is reasonable. And by the way, the inspiration for this collection came not only from the conversation of Casey and Ryan, but also from the cute little washi tapes. And that's the beauty of creating. The self-development and self-reflective questions are nicely written, for my handwriting, but it's lacking something. Yes, some nice stickers. Just look at how different and nice it feels now with adding just one little sticker. Our future log is begging for stickers. These little cute characters are, by the way, from Korea. They are super popular. It's kind of part of the culture. They have huge stores where they sell different merch with those characters, so it's super big. I'm personally attached to Korea because I studied there. I love the food, kimchi, chicken, the spicy tteokbokki. Yeah. Of course, I was recently drawn to K-dramas as well by my wife, and now I can't get out because I just love watching K-dramas. They are awesome. The way they go into depth, the way they make and play with the humor. Yes. K-dramas. Totally recommend. Bullet journaling is not only about logs and reviews, but the second main part of it that is even more creative is custom collections. Very common collection of such are mood trackers, habit trackers, the lists of what you read or the TV shows that you saw. And quite often people make those collections in a very beautiful way with all kind of creative styles. But I like keeping it simple, as you see. All the collections, both the formal one and the custom ones, are done, and so it's time to make the index page. The index should help you to navigate through your bullet journal as it grows with all the logs and collections. Ideally, you would update it as you go, but from my experience, I just usually forget about it and I don't use it at all. Probably because I don't have that many collections, and I use the bookmarks to stay on my current month and current day. I love starting new bullet journal. It's kind of a reset for me every 6 months, and it always feels as a fresh start. Please tell me in the comments how you enjoy starting a new bullet journal. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I would appreciate it so much. And I will see you in the next one.